Tonight I made a pasta dish with chicken and bacon. I don't really know what I would call it, but I'm going to show you how I did it. First, I started by putting some bacon in my air fryer. I have a bacon setting which cooks it at 400 degrees for 10 minutes, and I end up doing it twice. And then this is chicken thighs. I like chicken thighs better than chicken breast, so I just trimmed them up, and got some of that fat and stuff off of them. I put a little bit of buttermilk, salt and pepper, paprika, Morton's Nature Seasoning. I always put a good bit of that. And I like to put a good bit of that soul food seasoning, but I was running out, so I just used what I had left. And then I put some basil leaves in it. And I'm going to let that marinate while the bacon cooks. It was done with round 1, so I took it out, flipped it over, and put it in there for round 2. Because I want it to get crispy, because I'm going to cut them up and make, like homemade bacon bits. Now I'm going to get the pasta started. So I did a couple tablespoons of olive oil and a couple tablespoons of garlic, minced garlic, a.k.a. jarlic. And look at this pasta, y'all. It's so cute. Don't ask me where I got it, because I've had it for almost a year. It needed to be used, but I thought with Easter coming up, it would be fun to use the bunny pasta. But you can use any pasta that you want. But I put it right there. Once the garlic became fragrant, I put it in there, and I'm just going to toast it for a minute before I add chicken broth to it. So that's what I'm doing here, just stirring it and keeping it moving so it don't scorch anything. And then I put a whole box of chicken broth. After the bacon was done with round 2, I went ahead and took it out. I'm going to drain the bacon grease. I love my bacon grease container, y'all, with that little filter on it. If you need one, let me know, and I'll tell you how to get one. But once your pasta starts boiling, you're going to turn it on low, and then you're going to stir it every minute or two, make sure it don't stick. But you're just going to keep it going on low until all that chicken broth has absorbed into the pasta. So I got my chicken thighs on. As you saw, it was 380 degrees, I think, for 14 minutes. It was just on the air fry setting. And then for my pasta, once the chicken broth absorbed, I put 2 tablespoons of butter. And I used some basil leaves, a little splash of lemon juice, and a whole thing of Parmesan. I would have added a little bit of heavy whipping cream right here, but I didn't have any. So I just added some milk and some sour cream. I didn't measure it, but if I had to guess, it's about a half a cup, no more than a cup. Stirred all that in, got my bacon chopped up, and by then the chicken was done with round 1. I was out of soul food seasoning, but I sprayed them with cooking spray to help them, get crispy, and I used that Kinder's buttery steak something. Anyways, I put the chicken back in for round 2 and decided to make some of those Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. Those are so good, and they're so easy to make. You just add water, cheese, and then you need some butter for when they get done. So I'm getting the dough mixed up right here, and then I got my cast iron out, and I just went by the directions on the back of the box. Can't get no easier than that. I put them on to cook, and while they cook, I'm going to get the butter ready. You just melt half a stick of butter, put the seasoning packet in, stir it up, and now that the biscuits are done, you just brush that butter on top of them. And you got some delicious biscuits to eat with your supper. And so now the chicken was done. So I'm just collecting it up, and I'm going to take it over to the butcher block and cut it up into bite-sized pieces. And once I have that done, we was ready to eat. That's what it looks like. And I didn't mix my meat into my pasta for 2 reasons. 1, my daughter Hannah doesn't like meat very much, but she'll eat this pasta. And 2, I wanted to save what meat was left over so we can make salads or loaded fries with it this week. But this is me fixing my bowl. Look, that biscuit was about bigger than the bowl was, so I only ate half of it. But this was delicious, y'all. You need to try this. I'm going to show you a bite up close. Look at that. It was so good. I love you. Stay classy.